Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Micro Investor, where we do technical analysis and price predictions on many different cryptocurrencies every single day. Now, in this video, we are going to be talking about Ethereum. Now, at the moment, there is a lot of extra volatility over in the market and a lot of options that are getting ready to expire with Bitcoin. And this is creating a bit more tug of war between the bulls and the bears. Now, Ethereum currently is hovering under its 618 Fibonacci level that's at a price of $13.20. And this is what is making that $1,250 support and that $1,400 resistance with Ethereum. So the key price that Ethereum needs to get over is that $1,400 price to work its way up to this 50% Fibonacci level. That's at a price of around $1,460. So that's why we're seeing the support and resistance at those prices, is because that Fibonacci level is at $13.20. And if Ethereum does manage to get over this and work its way up to this 50% Fibonacci level, things will become a lot more bullish with Ethereum. And that is due to the fact that the falling wedge that Ethereum has been in is getting close to the end. So Ethereum's also been within this triangular pattern, with a lot of this is having to do with the 20-day moving average, which Ethereum has been underneath. And so that this falling wedge trend line here, which you can see we've been in since the all-time high with Ethereum, since then we've come down within 5 waves, where the 5th wave that completed that was at Ethereum's 52-week low when it was priced under $900. Now, since then, we've gone up within a new wave 1 and then come down within a wave 2, where the wave 2 completed so far at the date that the CPI data had come out, and we saw all that volatility over in the crypto market. Still no guarantees yet, though, if that was the completion of the wave 2, because there still could be more for Ethereum to fall. Now, Ethereum is consolidating a lot underneath its 20-day moving average, which is creating a little bit more area of resistance within the price, and you can see how it has created this triangular pattern. Now, the price of Ethereum does not have much to go to before it would break out of this falling wedge pattern, out of the trend. Currently, if it was to go to a price of around $1,400, it would be able to do such, and coincidentally, that's also where Ethereum's 50-day moving average is. But still, if it was to continue trading sideways for a little bit while longer, we could be able to see Ethereum break out of this anyways by the 1st of November. But still, that doesn't mean that things are going to quickly turn around and be bullish, because what could also happen would be Ethereum could just then follow the trend line while it's outside of it, just like what we're seeing with Bitcoin at this moment, which Bitcoin managed to work its way out of its trend line, but it is still following along the trend line, and all this current pressure to bring in the price of Bitcoin down is getting it closer and closer to being back within the trend, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Well, that's what the bulls are trying to avoid. So if things do go well with Bitcoin here soon, though, we'll be able to see Bitcoin's price hopefully go up more. So if that does happen, hopefully Ethereum will also be able to follow. So looking at all this consolidation here on the 4-hour chart, and what we actually have here is we have 2 separate triangular patterns. So within this case, we have one pattern that had come down, and then it had consolidated within these trend lines, and then it had fallen through. So that would be a descending triangular pattern. And then in this case, this next pattern that had started, it came up from the top, and then it had consolidated within these lines here. And in this case, if it's an ascending triangular pattern, then it would have breakout possibilities. Now, no guarantees that this is a ascending triangular pattern, but this was a descending triangular pattern. So to first start with the descending triangular pattern, as it had come down, and then it started its trend, starts within these trend lines from here. We have our A wave, we have our B wave, we have our C wave, we have our D wave, we have our E wave, and then from that point, then it had fallen through the trend lines within its next move. So starting from our new one, which could possibly be an ascending triangular pattern, in this case, we have come up, and we actually started within the trend line within the next candlestick. So we have our A wave, we have our B wave, we have our C wave, our D wave, and then we've come down within our E-wave. So the next move in this case would be to the upside. So what we've had was, in this case, we've had the downside move. After we completed that E-wave, in this case, we will have an upside move after we complete our E-wave, if this is in fact an ascending triangle. Seeing how we have all this extra consolidation as things are getting tighter and tighter, could very well be an ascending triangular pattern. And in this case, it would then break through the current trend lines. It would break through the 20-day moving average, which is another very key spot for it, that 1320 Fibonacci level. And then that $1,400 resistance would be right there at the trend to break out of. And not only that, that would be where our 50-day moving average and 50% Fibonacci level would be. Now, all this, of course, is dependent on how the next day or two goes to complete that E-wave. And then from that point, how do things work out as far as possibly breaking through these trend lines that would need to happen? But there's so much things going on, and I expect a lot of volatility with Bitcoin especially, due to all the options that are expiring and how that's going to trickle down with Ethereum and the entire crypto market. So a lot of things to really be paying attention to as far as how things are going to be playing out. So if things work out to plan here, I expect Ethereum to be going to that price of around $3,000 within that wave 3. And who knows where the wave 4 and 5 are going to be going. But the big thing is that wave 3 going to around 3,000, if not more, from that point is what I expect to happen. I expect this wave 3 to be a very bullish wave for Ethereum. And I also expect that wave 5 to be a very bullish wave 5. But we're looking at a timeline that could easily be sending us well into 2023. So nothing here that I'm talking about is any sort of price happening very fast. This is all things that we would expect to happen over time. And of course, I'm very bullish on Ethereum, and this is all just my personal opinion. So do take that into consideration. So with all that being said, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Do you guys think that there's a possibility that this breakout could be happening any day? I would like to know. So please like, share, comment, subscribe. New content coming out all the time. I'll see you in the next cryptocurrency video coming right after this. Thank you for watching and listening.